Hey, have you ever felt overwhelmed by everything you have to do each day? Like there's always something slipping through the cracks, or that other people's expectations are eating you alive? It's like the to-do list never ends, and no matter what you do, there always seems to be something else missing. I get it. Life as a woman can sometimes feel like we're pulled in a million different directions. Work, family, friendships, and on top of that, trying to meet society's standards. It's exhausting. But here's where Stoicism can really help us. Discipline, from a Stoic perspective, isn't about following rigid rules or running around like a headless chicken trying to keep up with everything. That only drains us. Real discipline is about doing what matters, without letting distractions take us off course. It's about choosing how we respond to situations, how we react to unexpected events, and most importantly, it's about learning to focus on what we really need to feel fulfilled. And while it may sound complicated, it's honestly simpler than we think. Let me tell you something, my friend. As women, we often feel like we have to do it all. Be perfect at work, at home, with friends, with family, and of course, please everyone around us. But here's the trick. We don't have to please everyone, nor do we have to be everywhere at once. The key is learning to focus on what truly matters to us, without being distracted by everything else. Stoicism reminds us that we are not free if we are not masters of ourselves. So here's a thought. How do you start your day? Sometimes our mornings are a chaotic whirlwind. Alarm clocks blaring, kids running around, emails waiting, and all of a sudden, we're just reacting to everything. I realized that for so long, I didn't even think about how I wanted to begin my day. I was just reacting. But when I made the decision to take a little more control over those first moments of the day, everything changed. And trust me, it's not about creating some complicated routine. It's about taking even just 5 minutes to meditate, journal, or simply breathe before getting up. This isn't just a nice idea. It's a practice of discipline. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoics, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Just imagine starting your day with the reminder that you have control over your thoughts. No matter what happens outside. When we begin our days like this, we're setting ourselves up for more than just checking off tasks. We're preparing ourselves to respond with calm and clarity. What's your morning like? Are you starting your day with chaos, or are you starting it with purpose? Remember, how we begin each day shapes how we handle the rest of it. It doesn't matter if you only have 5 minutes or an hour. Take that time for yourself and watch how much smoother the rest of your day goes. We have the power to create our own peace and direction, regardless of what's going on around us. And if you're feeling this, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how you approach your mornings, and if you've ever tried starting your day with intention. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts below. These little audios are meant to be something you can listen to while you're getting ready for your day, or even while doing everyday things. I'm here for you, cheering you on every step of the way. So, what's your morning routine like? Are you ready to try this tomorrow? All right, so we've talked about starting our day intentionally, but what comes after that? How do we turn those morning moments of calm into a day full of Stoic discipline? It's not just about a peaceful morning, it's about building habits that keep us focused and aligned with our goals throughout the day. Here's the thing, my friend. Habits shape us. The small things we do every day are the things that build our character and define who we are. It's easy to think that big actions are what make a difference, but in reality, it's those tiny daily choices that accumulate and determine where we end up. The Stoics were all about practicing virtues consistently, and those virtues show up in our habits. For instance, let's talk about patience. As women, we're often expected to be patient, whether it's with our families, our careers, or even ourselves. But patience isn't something that just happens. It's something we have to practice every single day. Think about it. When you're stuck in traffic or when you're dealing with a difficult person, that's when patience is truly tested. So, instead of reacting impulsively, we have the choice to breathe and remind ourselves that we're in control of how we respond. When you practice patience in the small moments, it becomes easier when the bigger challenges come your way. Another great Stoic practice is mindfulness, something that's so crucial in the world we live in today. We're constantly bombarded by distractions, social media, emails, the news, endless notifications. But how often do we take a moment to truly focus on what we're doing? When we practice mindfulness, we stop doing things on autopilot. We become present in whatever we're doing, whether it's at work, with our loved ones, or even when we're just having a cup of coffee. The Stoics would encourage us to pay attention to the present moment, because that's all we really have. And here's where it gets real. We're all going to have moments where our discipline is tested. It's inevitable. Maybe you've already had that moment today, when you wanted to react to something, or you were feeling overwhelmed by everything on your plate. But here's the power we have as Stoic women. We can choose our response. And it doesn't have to be perfect. The goal is progress, not perfection. It's about being intentional, reflecting on what went well and what we can improve tomorrow. I know life can feel like a roller coaster sometimes, but building these small habits, patience, mindfulness, intentionality, will give you the strength to stay grounded when things get tough. It's not about avoiding challenges. It's about how you face them. And trust me, when you face them, with a Stoic mindset, things become a little easier to handle. So, let's talk about it. What small habit could you add to your daily routine to build more Stoic discipline? Maybe you could start by setting a reminder to pause for a minute and breathe, or journaling your thoughts before bed, or even just practicing gratitude. These habits might seem small, but they will change the way you respond to everything around you. If you're feeling inspired, drop a comment below and let me know how you're going to add a little more Stoic discipline to your day. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more motivation, and let's keep this conversation going. I can't wait to hear what changes you're going to make to your daily routine. Remember, these messages are meant to help you stay grounded, focused, and disciplined, whether you're listening to them in the morning, during your workout, or while you're taking a break from your day. They're here to remind you that you've got this, and every little change you make leads to a bigger transformation. All right, now that we've laid the foundation for our daily routines and habits, let's talk about something even more important: how we handle the challenges life throws at us. Because let's face it, life isn't always going to be smooth sailing. We're going to have days where everything feels like it's falling apart, where we're tested in ways we didn't expect. And as much as we'd love to have everything go according to plan, the Stoic mindset teaches us that challenges are not something to fear, they're something to embrace. Think about it for a second. How many times have you faced a situation that didn't go as expected? Maybe it was a project at work, a disagreement with a friend, or just an off day where everything felt wrong. It's easy to get frustrated or want to control every outcome, but that's where we can apply Stoic wisdom. We don't control what happens, but we control how we respond. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Isn't that so powerful? Because it means we can be in control, even when everything around us is chaotic. When things go wrong, we have the choice to stay calm, to reflect, and to ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? How can I grow through this? Instead of getting stuck in the frustration of the moment, we have the power to see the obstacle as an opportunity. I'm not saying this is easy, far from it. It takes practice, and sometimes it takes a lot of patience. But it's like a muscle. The more you work on it, the stronger it gets. And I know you've got that strength within you. Here's an example. Imagine you're having one of those days where everything seems to go wrong. You spill your coffee, get stuck in traffic, and then have a tough conversation at work. It feels like one thing after another. But here's where the Stoic mindset comes in. Instead of letting frustration take over, try this. Take a deep breath, step back, and remind yourself that these things are beyond your control. You didn't spill the coffee on purpose. You didn't plan for the traffic. And the tough conversation was something you can learn from. Every situation, no matter how small, can teach us something. Another example. Have you ever had a moment where you felt like giving up on a goal or project? Maybe you were feeling defeated or like things just weren't moving forward. That's when we need to apply the Stoic virtue of perseverance. The Stoics didn't believe in quitting when things got hard. They believed in continuing to push forward, even when the road was tough. Sometimes it's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the work, even when you don't see the results immediately. Remember, you have the power to control your responses, no matter what happens. Challenges aren't roadblocks. They're opportunities to practice virtue. Whether it's patience, courage, or perseverance, you get to decide how you show up when things aren't going your way. And trust me, when you start seeing obstacles as opportunities to grow, they lose their power to drag you down. So, what about you, my friend? What's one challenge you're facing right now that you can approach with a Stoic mindset? How can you take control of your response and turn it into something that empowers you? I'd love to hear how you're handling your challenges. Drop a comment, share your thoughts, and don't forget to hit the like button if you're finding this helpful. And as always, if you're enjoying these talks, make sure to subscribe for more. These messages are meant to be like a little nudge of Stoic wisdom you can carry with you throughout your day. Whether you're facing challenges at work, at home, or in your personal growth, I hope these words help you stay grounded and focused on what really matters. We've talked about building discipline, facing challenges, and embracing the daily practices that lead to a more intentional life. But there's one more crucial piece to the puzzle: reflection. This is a practice that the Stoics value deeply, and it's something we can all benefit from in our busy, chaotic lives. Here's the truth. Without reflection, we're just going through the motions. We rush from one task to the next, trying to check off the never-ending to-do list, and we don't always stop to ask ourselves how we're really doing. But reflection is where growth happens. It's where we can evaluate what's working, what's not, and how we can improve going forward. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoics, was a huge advocate for journaling. He would write down his thoughts, his struggles, and his observations, using his reflections as a tool for personal growth. And let me tell you, there's something so powerful about taking a moment at the end of the day to sit down and reflect. When you do this, you're able to process all the events of the day, connect the dots, and gain clarity. Take a minute right now and think about how you feel at the end of a busy day. If you're anything like me, your mind is probably buzzing, with all the things that went well, or maybe with the things you wish had gone differently. That's where reflection comes in. It's about giving yourself the space to process those thoughts, to look at them from a Stoic perspective, and to ask, what can I learn from this? Where did I react impulsively, and how can I respond better next time? Start small. At the end of each day, spend just a few minutes writing down how you felt about your actions, your reactions, and your decisions. You don't need to write a novel, just a sentence or two. It could be something as simple as, I handled that stressful situation better than I expected, or I could have been more patient in that conversation. The goal isn't to judge yourself, but to gain clarity and insight. Reflection also allows us to celebrate our wins, big and small. Too often, we're focused on fixing what went wrong, but there's just as much value in recognizing what went right. Maybe you kept your cool when things didn't go according to plan, or maybe you were kind to yourself when you messed up. Those moments are just as important, and they deserve reflection too. By making reflection a regular habit, you'll start noticing that you're growing in ways you didn't expect. You'll get better at handling challenges, better at recognizing when you're being reactive instead of intentional, and better at aligning your actions with your values. I want to challenge you to reflect tonight. Take just 5 minutes to think about your day. Write down what worked, what didn't, and what you want to improve tomorrow. It might seem simple, but I promise you, this small practice of self-reflection will lead to big changes in the way you approach life. If you're going to give it a try, or if you've already made reflection part of your routine, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so we can keep exploring this Stoic journey together. I'm so grateful to have you here, and I can't wait to hear how this practice is helping you grow. These little moments of reflection, whether you're listening to this in the morning, while exercising, or at the end of your day, will help guide you toward becoming the woman you're meant to be. Now that we've covered the foundations of Stoic discipline, facing challenges, and the power of reflection, let's talk about something that ties it all together: growth. The Stoic path isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, day by day, one small, intentional step at a time. And the beautiful thing is, every day offers an opportunity to grow, no matter where we're starting from. The Stoics believe that true growth comes from within. It's not about external achievements or recognition. It's about mastering ourselves, our thoughts, emotions, and reactions. Every time we face a challenge, make a conscious decision, or reflect on our actions, we are growing. Every time we choose to act with virtue, even when it's hard, we're strengthening our character. Take a moment to think about the woman you want to be. What qualities do you want to embody? What habits do you want to have in place? The Stoic mindset teaches us that these qualities, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, are developed over time, not through a single moment of inspiration, but through consistent effort and reflection. They become part of us through our actions, day in and day out. I want you to know that growth doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and yes, some setbacks along the way. But here's the thing: every step you take is progress, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Be kind to yourself as you go through this journey. Celebrate your wins, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. And remember, the Stoic path isn't one that's meant to be walked alone. We're all in this together, and we can support each other as we strive for growth. I'd love to hear how you're incorporating Stoic principles into your life. What changes have you already noticed? What challenges are you working through? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Your thoughts and experiences could help someone else on their journey as well. If this message has resonated with you, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you think could benefit from hearing it. And don't forget to leave a comment. I'd love to know how you're applying Stoic wisdom in your own life. The Stoic Woman mindset is here to support you, whether you're listening in the morning, during your workout, or while going about your day. Let's grow together and keep these conversations going.